Welcome to Ashok K Guides. Today we're embarking on a journey to discover the most romantic cities in the world. Whether you're planning a honeymoon, a special anniversary, or just a dreamy getaway, these cities offer the perfect backdrop for love and romance. Get ready to explore the world's most romantic cities with us. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more travel inspiration. Let's dive in. Paris, France. Paris is known for romance. Stroll hand in hand along the Seine and admire the Mona Lisa in the Louvre and the great Impressionists at the Musée d'Orsay. There's so much to fill your time in Paris. Take a trip up the Eiffel Tower for views of the city stretching in every direction, or window shop on the chic Champs-Élysées. Wander through the pretty Jardin des Tuileries or the Jardin du Luxembourg, situated on the edge of the Latin Quarter. Shop for vintage wares at the Marché aux Puces de San Juan, the biggest flea market in the world. In summer, you can even relax with the locals on the pop-up urban beaches along the river. Venice, Italy. There's nothing more romantic than losing yourselves in the sleepy back alleys that Venice is known for. Here, cats snooze on flower-filled window ledges, and the streets are canals. Wander across the Rialto Bridge and stop for snacks at the bustling food market, or take a ride in a gondola and see this dreamy city from the water. If you have more than one day in Venice, take a cruise on the misty Venice Lagoon to colorful Burano, or shop for Murano glass at one of the island's many glassmakers. Join a tour of St. Mark's Basilica, where the shimmering mosaics have to be seen to be believed, or do the secret passages tour of the Doge's Palace to see where Casanova, one of history's great lovers, was imprisoned. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Home of the tango, elegant Buenos Aires is an inspiration to lovers. Watch street performers demonstrate their sinuous moves, go to a tango show, or even take a class. Dubbed the Paris of South America, the city does indeed have some resemblance to the French capital, with its grand architecture and sweeping boulevards. Explore the neighborhoods in Buenos Aires to get a feel for the place. Head to La Boca for that iconic shot of the brightly painted houses on Caminito, and the Boca Juniors Bombonera soccer stadium. Ubud, Bali. One of the best things to do in Bali is to spend a romantic day in Ardi Ubud, a pretty town famous for its boho atmosphere. It's packed with temples, galleries, coffee shops, traditional Balinese healers, and restaurants. Dubbed the Paris of South America, the city does indeed have some resemblance to the French capital, with its grand architecture and sweeping boulevards. In town, browse the craft market for souvenirs, pick up a traditional Balinese painting, visit the intricate royal palace, and wander through the serene monkey forest, which gives you a real feel of rural Bali. Hoi An, Vietnam. Pretty Hoi An is one of the most enchanting towns in Vietnam. Its center crisscrossed by canals and its streets lined with more than 800 colorful old merchants' houses and temples. Wander around the market and admire the ornate 16th century covered bridge built by the Japanese. You could perhaps join a cycling tour through the town and out into the verdant countryside. You'll see cooking schools all over Hoi An. Consider joining a class with your loved one and learning to make some of Vietnam's most famous dishes, such as fresh spring rolls, grilled pork noodles, and banana flour salad. Rome, Italy. Everything in Rome is on a grand scale and invites exploration. From the dazzling St. Peter's Basilica to the Colosseum with its dramatic history, and the Pantheon, one of the best preserved Roman temples in the world, you'll never run out of historic landmarks to discover. Pack a picnic of local cheese, bread, and wine, and head for the lush beauty of Villa Borghese, a gorgeous Italian garden. Stroll along the Via Veneto, browsing designer shops, and stop for gelato in the impossibly beautiful Piazza Navona. Barcelona, Spain. Barcelona is one of the most romantic places in Spain. Dig into tapas with your toes in the sand on Barceloneta Beach, or stroll the shady alleys of the Gothic Quarter. Admire Gaudi's colorful, undulating architectural creations in Park Güell, or graze the enticing food stalls in the bustling La Boqueria market. There are superb Spanish museums to explore, from the Picasso Museum to the Joan Miró Foundation on top of Montjuic Hill. No visit would be complete without a visit to the magnificent Sagrada Familia Basilica, Gaudi's most famous work. Melbourne, Australia. Multicultural Melbourne is more a collection of individual neighborhoods than a homogeneous city, and each has its own character. Start in the center and admire spectacular Aboriginal artworks at the National Gallery of Victoria, one of the best places to visit in Melbourne. Stroll the narrow laneways and photograph the extraordinary street art, arguably some of the most creative in the world. London, England. Wear good walking shoes for a romantic day out in London, England. On foot is by far the best way to discover the capital. Get your bearings with a ride on the London Eye observation wheel, with magnificent views from the top along the Thames. Peek into the ornate Westminster Abbey, where the Prince and Princess of Wales were married, or stroll the colorful streets of quirky boho Notting Hill. Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Beguiling Amsterdam is one of the most romantic cities in Europe. Take a canal cruise and gaze up at elegant old gabled houses. Wander through the flower-filled Jordan neighborhood. Rent a bicycle, maybe even a tandem if you're brave, and cycle through the city parks. Browse intriguing independent shops in Amsterdam, located along Negenstraten, and make time for coffee with apple pie or poffertjes, mini fluffy pancakes dusted with sugar or drizzled with melted chocolate. Istanbul, Turkey. You'll never tire of gazing at the dreamy skyline of Istanbul, defined by the domes and slender minarets of countless mosques. Take a boat ride along the Bosphorus, which divides Europe and Asia, to see quaint riverside suburbs and grand palaces lining the banks. Browse the chaotic, colorful Grand Bazaar, and remember you must haggle here, and shop for spices in the Egyptian Bazaar. Watch the fishermen on the Galata Bridge spanning the Golden Horn. San Francisco, California. Beautiful boho San Francisco, sprawling over impossibly steep hills and surrounded on three sides by water, can't fail to seduce, and deserves its place in any list of the most romantic cities in the world. Explore the different neighborhoods with your partner, from the grand mansions of Pacific Heights to the alleyways of Chinatown in downtown San Francisco, where a stop for dim sum is essential.